Your home is supposed to be your little sanctuary, but that's not the vibe you get from a home full of clutter. Decluttering can be hard, but it doesn't have to be if you're smart about it. Can't think of smart decluttering ideas? Don't worry. We've got 20 ideas for you. Want to know what they are? Just keep on watching. 20. Clear plastic bins are a classic tool for decluttering. They come in all different shapes and sizes, which are appropriate for different places in your home. Some are made to fit the top shelves of your closet, while others are huge and made for the garage or the attic. Pick out the perfect bin for your stuff and where you want to store it. These will allow you to neatly organize your things by category and store them away from your main rooms. 19. Almost everyone has that junk drawer that they can't bring themselves to empty out because it's full of stuff they might need at some point. A great way to keep all of the stuff while also making sure you can actually see what's in there is to get drawer organizers. These can help you customize the spacing of your drawer sections so you can perfectly organize your drawers. Since these usually come in customizable sizes, you can easily use them for your clothing too. 18. Everyone knows that even if you're just trying to achieve a no makeup look, you're going to need a ton of products. These, along with your skincare, can mean an insanely cluttered vanity. To declutter it without giving up on the ease of access, try getting a rotating makeup organizer. These will neatly hold all of your products without taking up a lot of space. 17. Nothing says clutter like aiming to take one necklace out of your collection and ending up with a tangled mess of 83 of them. This often happens even if you've moderately organized your jewelry, making everything look like clutter even if you're trying to keep it under control. One way you can easily avoid this problem is to get a mirror jewelry organizer. Just open your cabinet and hang your jewelry in there neatly. It'll be exactly like you left it when you come back to it. No more giant ball of tangled necklaces for you. 16. If you're someone who kicks your shoes off and throws your coat on the nearest chair you can find when you walk into the house, stop it right now and get yourself a coat and shoe rack. These can come as a dual piece or might come separately, but either way, having a place to store these essentials can reduce the cluttered appearance of your room instantly. 15. If you've filled up all of your clear plastic bins and you're now struggling to find a place to put them, you might just end up with storage bin clutter instead. Control this problem while you still can by installing overhead storage shelving in your garage. This will allow you to easily store all of your storage bins out of the way, and yet they'll be easily accessible whenever they're needed. 14. For many people, laundry doesn't just have a dedicated place or a hamper. It's either another job for the chair, or the laundry just gets dumped in a bunch of random spots on the ground. A better alternative is to get a hanging laundry hamper that you can easily hang over a door handle. These are lightweight, so you don't have to worry about them staying up, but they're also strong enough to hold all of your laundry without a problem. This will keep the mess of dirty clothes that would otherwise end up everywhere else in a spot where it belongs. 13. Unless your house is big enough to have its own linen closet, you're probably swimming in towels all the time. Towels are large enough to take up significant space in a home, which is why there needs to be a proper place for them. Easily store your extra towels in one place by getting a wall-mounted towel rack. This is something you can hang up in a bathroom to keep extra towels on hand, or you can mount it anywhere else in the house that you have some extra wall space. 12. If your room has a desk, chances are it's full of clutter. Even if it's useful clutter, it's still clutter. Give everything on your desk a designated spot by getting a desk organizer. Vertical desk organizers can store a bunch of things that were previously sprawled all over the table without taking up a lot of space. 11. Bathrooms are usually small, and since they're usually the space where all of your skincare, shower supplies, and hair tools go, your bathroom can get super cluttered, even if you're staying on top of things. A great way to get around that unexpected clutter of essentials is to use the space above your toilet. Shelving units above the toilet make for a great place to store all of your toiletries, so they're not taking over the entire bathroom. 10. Do all of your clothes end up spilling over into the entire closet and onto the floor just because there isn't enough space on the rod to fit all the hangers? There's a way to organize your closet that's so ingenious that you'll wonder why you weren't doing it in the first place. Multi-hangers. These hangers have little sections where you can hang several other hangers. The extra hangers will slide down and take up virtually no space at all. This gives you tons of extra storage on a single rod. 9. Glassware often takes up so much space that a lot of people run out of room for them in the cabinets. The thing is, glasses don't have to go in the cabinet. Instead, they can be hung up. Under the cabinet, glass holders can be used to store different types of glasses and cups under your cabinet, kind of like a cabinet extension. Some of these holders can just slide into your cabinet, but others need to be screwed in. Either way, it's pretty easy to do and gives you tons of extra storage where you can neatly store your drinking glasses. 8. When clutter is on the rise, you need to find creative ways to store it. One of these ways is to get a storage ottoman. This can be used to store everything that needs a home in your bedroom or living room. Just tuck everything into the storage compartment and close the lid. No one will even be able to tell there was ever any clutter there in the first place. 7. If you own a bunch of small things that add to your living room or bedroom clutter, an easy fix is to get a wicker basket so you have a place to dump all of those loose odds and ends that you don't really want to store somewhere else. This way, you'll have a place to temporarily move those things and still have them on hand if needed. 6. When it comes to things that need to be moved around the house but aren't needed all the time, it can be a little tricky to find out just where you're going to store everything. This includes things like cleaning supplies, hairstyling supplies, or even baking supplies. Throwing these things into a drawer would likely mean that you'll forget those supplies are there, and they'll probably just end up collecting dust. Storing the supplies on a trolley cart is a great way to make sure that these things are not taking up whole drawers full of space and can be moved around whenever needed. 5. A lot of rooms don't have a place to put a regular nightstand. This might lead to all of your things spilling over onto the floor and beyond. You can easily remedy that by installing a small floating nightstand in your bedroom. These don't take up a lot of space and usually have a tiny drawer too. A nightstand like this gives you a place to put your phone and other bedtime essentials without having to get an entire nightstand. 4. If you have lots of clothes that you need to keep but don't really wear all the time, they're probably just contributing to the clutter in your closet. Storing extra clothing in vacuum storage bags is a great way to make all of your clothes shrink almost paper thin. This will allow you to store tons of clothing, but the bags will hardly take up any storage space. 3. People who own a lot of shoes know the struggle of trying to fit every pair into a cabinet and almost always running out of space. This often leads to shoes being thrown on top of each other just to try getting everything on that shelf. One way to store your shoes more efficiently is to get shoe doublers. These allow you to stack pairs of shoes vertically so that each pair only takes up the space of one shoe, instantly doubling your shelf space. 2. Even though it might seem that clutter only exists in rooms, it can also be in spaces you might not look at much, like the fridge. Once a fridge gets cluttered, it's pretty hard to declutter it, so it's better to just organize it properly from the get-go. Fridge organizers make it super easy to allocate different parts of the same shelf to different things without worrying about everything becoming one giant mess within a few hours of shutting the door. 1. If you just can't figure out a place for everything you own, get some under-the-bed storage bags and bins that you can easily slide in and out from under your bed whenever needed. Using the space under your bed for essentially built-in storage will allow the largest piece of furniture in your bedroom to serve multiple purposes. And that's a wrap for 20 of the smartest ideas to declutter when you have too much stuff. Which one of these do you think is perfect for you? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!